Hello, and welcome again to Not Fake News. I have a video here from the David Pac-Man show that is fake news. I'm going to show you what this is. I'm going to talk to you throughout this and see if we can't break this down. But the point is, when I seen on YouTube, and you have these up here, you have these little pictures. The picture said, proof, Steve Bannon, KKK. On the picture it said, proof, Steve Bannon has ties with KKK. And it says, proof with pictures too. Something like that, like photos also available. So let's see what they have.
Things have completely exploded with Steve Bannon, CEO of Trump's presidential campaign, executive director of right-wing news site Breitbart. He's got a real problem with Jews, if you believe a number of different people who claim to know about it. And this relates to the issue of Trump not being anti-Semitic necessarily. His daughter is Jewish, his son-in-law is Jewish, his grandkids are Jewish. But he is surrounding himself with people that are allegedly anti-Semitic, and he's also really emboldening anti-Semitism among his followers.
That isn't true. The MSM, Democrats and the globalists, are emboldening anti-Semitism. They're anti-Semitism baiting everyone. Trump has said nothing but that he wants unity.
And this is going to be, supposedly, Steve Bannon is going to be one of Trump's closest advisors during his upcoming presidency. There are now so many stories about Steve Bannon, including the fact that, according to his ex-wife, he complained that there were too many students at the Archer School for Girls, which is a very elite, expensive private school in Los Angeles. And apparently he didn't want his kids going there because there were just a lot of Jewish kids that he didn't want his kids around.
Okay, so his soon-to-be ex-wife, we're going to take her word on it because she's not bitter.
According to Bannon's ex-wife, Mary Louise Picard, in a court declaration during their divorce...
Ex-wife? I think he also says soon-to-be ex-wife, but we'll see.
Divorce, quote, the biggest problem he had with Archer is the number of Jews that attend. He said he doesn't like the way they raise their kids to be whiny brats, and that he didn't want the girls going to school with Jews. Bannon reportedly also complained that another elite school had, quote, too many Hanukkah books in the library. Now, there are critics saying, David, this is something his ex-wife said in divorce proceedings.
Yeah.
To make him look bad. If you want to make your soon-to-be ex-husband look bad in court, you don't come out with super specific stuff about Jews. You would say something that would be more influential maybe to the court and getting a more favorable child support or alimony settlement or whatever. You don't come up with really specific comments about Jews at a school. And
yeah, you would. If you're talking about going to... listen, when you're fighting in court, you bring everything up. You bring up that, you bring it all. I mean, you just bring up everything you can. And just because someone has a conversation and says something like that, even if he did say it, he has a right, to go off the handle every once in a while. Everyone's human. These are human beings. He's a human being on the right side. On the right. He's not a leftist. He's on the right side. And he's just a human being. Okay? The only race and the racism that I hear is coming out of the left right now, honestly. And that's what they do. Everything that they do, they say that we do. And then they try to pin a story on something and say that the right side does. So, yeah, you would say that. Especially, I mean, you can't, why not? Just say everything. Bring up Jews, bring up, money, bring it all up.
And by the way, Glenn Beck is really being upfront about this. Glenn Beck, a right-winger who is very concerned about Donald Trump and the appointments that are going on, he said, oh yeah, there's no doubt that Steve Bannon is connected to white nationalism.
there's no doubt.
Bannon wants to burn it down. And you will, if you listen to this show, you will learn what he wants to replace it with.
We need to back that up. What the hell?
Connected to white nationalism. Check this out.
Steve Bannon wants to burn it down. And you will, if you listen to this show, you will learn what he wants to replace it with. He's a nightmare. And he's the chief advisor to the President of the United States.
Yes, he wants to burn down this despicable system that we're stuck in right now. Yes, he does want to burn it down. So do I, and so do most Americans, and that's why they voted for President Trump. What's wrong with breaking and burning down a system that's screwed up?
You know, if people really want to, in the press, would like to call Donald Trump a racist, you might want to stop on that one and just spend a little time on Bannon. Because Bannon has a clear tie to white nationalists.
A clear tie. Clear. This is clear. You ready? It's going to be clear, everyone. This is finally it.
Clear tie.
Okay, he said his was for the alt-right.
Yeah, he's built Breitbart as a platform for the alt-right. He is.
Oh my God, alt-right. He built a platform for the alt-right. The alt-right. How about he built a right-wing platform, which is okay. You can have your left-wing platform. Not you, Glenn. You're saying you're a Republican. You're in the closet Democrat.
On record saying that. He's on record defining the alt-right. He knows what it is. He is a guy who has he wants to tear this system down.
That's right.
Replace it with a new system.
No, what's wrong with that?
Frightening. No. He is a terrifying man.
To any globalist, left-wing creature, yes, he is a nightmare. And look at this guy. He's like almost fully convinced at this point.
Are we really supposed to be surprised that an ultra-right conspiracy theorist is allegedly an anti-Semite? I mean, they often go together. And former KKK leader...
Do they really? Do they really? By the way, I'm half Jewish myself. And I'm on the alt-right, as you call it. Yeah, I'm just enough.
Duke really, really likes it. This is from yesterday on
David Duke really likes it.
Rents Radio Network David Duke show. Sounds like a just absolutely tremendous show, people are telling me. He is really happy about Steve Bannon being involved in the Trump White House. Check this out.
David Duke is one of the leaders in the KKK.
Interestingly enough, Mr. Bannon is being chosen to be the top strategist. In other words, basically the closest advisor to Donald Trump in terms of the ideas of the Trump revolution. I think that's a good sign because I think Mr. Bannon has really been right on about a lot of issues facing European Americans. He's really talked.
Why is he laughing? That was me and that guy. Why is he laughing? First of all, I do not condone or endorse the KKK either. They're horrible people. They do horrible things. Doesn't mean that they can't be right about one or two things. Yes, Donald Trump is right about the European situation and immigrants coming here and whatnot. I just did a video proving it, pretty much. So what I'm trying to say here is even a horrible person in the KKK can be right a couple times about a few things.
About and supported in some ways the alt-right, although I think they've supported some of the members, or so-called members of the alt-right, like Milo, who is not really representative of the alt-right. At the same time, he certainly understands that immigration is a destructive force in America, the Western world, they have been savagely attacking Merkel and, of course, Trump himself.
Yeah, so I know that the reaction is always, Pat, listen, Trump disavowed David Duke, Trump's daughter is Jewish, his grandkids are Jewish. That's all fine, well, and good, but it becomes harder and harder to say that there is nothing to discuss when Trump has mobilized and excited white supremacists like no candidate for a very long time. People like David Duke like Trump. They like Trump's selections, etc., etc. It's fine that Donald Trump is not personally anti-Semitic. We don't really need to even explore whether he is or isn't. Look at who's emboldened by the Trump will-be administration.
And there's some more reluctant Trump supporters who say that he'll drop his more xenophobic rhetoric once he takes office.
Yeah.
Until he doesn't have Steve Bannon in his ear and until people like David Duke renounce him,
yeah,
there's no reason to believe that.
If Duke remains happy about what you are doing and about who you're picking, then that is still cause for concern, and we're seeing just hundreds and hundreds of anti-Semitic attacks being reported to the Anti-Defamation League and the KKK planning a parade, which is what I want to talk about next. Things have completely exploded.
Okay. Just because someone endorses you doesn't mean that you have the same views as that person who's endorsing you. If David Duke endorsed Hillary Clinton for one of her ideas, it doesn't mean Hillary Clinton has ties with the KKK. Okay? The video is fake news. We here at Not Fake News, we're gonna deem this video from the David Pac-Man show to be false and fake. And that's it. Comment below. Let us know what you think. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And don't forget to hit the bell next to the subscribe button so you do get the new videos and breaking videos that we make each day. Give us a like. Really appreciate those likes. It's what I'm here for, guys, girls, Americans. Share this with your friends on Facebook and Twitter. Get the word out. The David Pac-Man show has fake information. Have a great day. And I'll see you next time at Not Fake News.